So I'm here with Peanut from 311. So I had a couple of friends that were there that were just texting me saying how nuts the show was. So they were loving it.
So we had a circle pit go on like 3 or 4 times, and I'm telling you that hasn't happened in 10 years.
Yeah, someone said, someone else texted me and it was like there was a circle pit and down. And I'm
Yeah,
just like,
hell
that,
yeah.
really? Like,
Right. Well, and like One and the Same and a couple other songs. It was great. The energy was fantastic. The Aussies were ready to party, even though it is biblically hot out here.
It's insane. I was over watching Alpha Wolf before and then half of Frank Turner. And even under the tent, it's insane.
Yeah.
This is the hottest good things I've been at, and I've been to all but one.
Oh my gosh! I hope everybody takes care of themselves. I hope nobody sweats themselves out. You know,
Hydrate.
Yeah, hydrate. Find some shade. You know, give it up for your bands. Thank you for all the energy.
Yeah.
It really was amazing. It's such a joy that the audience shows up so early for these Aussie festivals. It's been incredible.
Hell yeah. So I guess I want to start back a little bit, kind of way back at the start. So you guys formed in 1988, which is the year I was born, which is a weird thing to think about.
It's actually 1990. There was an earlier version of the band that was 88. So it's not no fault of you.
No,
but,
okay.
Yeah,
So I
you
thought
were
it
the
was
sweet age of 2 when we started.
There we go.
Yeah.
Obviously, being a band for that long a period of time, music industry changes. Do you find that it has been like pretty troubling to stay relevant in a wave where, again, the music industry is just changing so quickly and so often?
I mean, it's a great way to put it. It's very, very honest. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's not like at the forefront of our troubles. I think writing and performing is really like the things that we concentrate on. But it's definitely in the back of our minds, like, you know, what is the general perception? Who's giving a shit after all these years? I mean, we've been together for 34 years, and it's been 26 years since we've been here. But I think the proof is in the pudding. I always go back to like the Parliament Funkadelic thing, like take it to the stage. You know, I'll play in front of anybody and after anybody. I don't give a shit. You know, if we fall flat on our faces or we rock the house, it really doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's all about the performance, and that's always been like job number one for us. Our first label saw us play in Omaha, where we came up in, you know, from 1990 to 92, and they were like, you're going to play live shows for the rest of your lives, and it's going to go up and down. You know, that's what happens. You know, it's natural. It's probably a good thing, right? If you were just peaking the whole time and you died, you know what I mean? That's the only way you can avoid that. And I'm thrilled to be on the other side of that and be slogging it out like a vet on the pitch. You know, still got it at 40, still shooting bangers. Like this is what it's all about. Like that long-term thing. Like what kind of you know, scent or you know, vibe are you going to leave for your kids? You know, and the young musicians and the young music fans. Like I like longevity. You know, within the variety of the music. It's amazing that we've had fans as long as we have. But you know, to be going this long, it says everything about the audience. And those first years of music when we were like super hungry teenagers, riding that wave is kind of what it's all about. You know, quit your job and join a band.
Wise words. Now, the other thing too, I guess, is like you don't see it very often, but you guys have basically had the same lineup since 92.
Yep, 100%.
Very, very rare.
Since 1990.
So it has been since 1990. Wasn't
Jim Watson was in the band. He got out of the band at like September, October in that year, and we brought Tim in. Yep. And we actually played a show with no guitarist, which was fucking awesome.
So obviously,
no shade.
No. Playing like shows for that long consistently with the same lineup, that's got to speak to a level of like strength and trust in the band and like who you're working with, and you know, there's kind of just essentially no bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, there's bullshit. You got to wade through it, but in the end, it's there's a lot of love and mutual respect, and I think we're surprised by each other as we've grown up together in a very literal way. And gone through these ups and downs together, and I think we're really excited about what's coming next, especially since we can get excitement in a circle pit, like I'm saying, we haven't seen in 10 years, after not showing up for 26 years. I mean, these are things that I would have never thought would have happened along the lines of like 311 Day in Vegas, when thousands of people show up and we play whatever the songs we want to for 3 hours. Same thing with the cruise. It's like, you know, these are things that you've got to live for a long time to be able to pull off, much less, you know, be there at all. you know.
For sure. I was going to bring up the cruise because I think the cruise is crazy. I'm a Coheed and Cambria fan, and Coheed's now done 2 cruises.
Oh, I love it. Never Ender, right?
Yeah.
I'm a huge Coheed fan.
Oh, yeah, I've got them all over.
Yeah, there
all
you go.
over the
Love
arm,
it.
But
Love it.
like obviously you guys did the cruise. And you
They're
guys have been
doing the Tool thing, right? They're playing the Tool like destination event. Look into that.
Whoa, I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah, look that up. It's gonna be insane.
So wait, what is that?
So Coheed's like Tool's doing a destination gig.
Okay.
At the Hard Rock where Slightly Stoopid does theirs, and which we played at, which was really nice. Thank you. And it's like paid vacation.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
And Coheed will be in the position that we were in, but Tool's going to be playing,
Whoa.
and Alex Gray's going to do like a whatever, an exhibition.
That's hectic.
It's going to be beautiful.
Haven't heard anything about that.
See you there.
That's crazy.
Right. I love Coheed so much. They're one of my favorite bands. I got to see them and Baroness for the first time this year or last year. Maybe it was last summer, I guess. And, the perks of being in a band is I've got the pass and I get to see them side stage. But honestly, I'm as big a fan as anybody without X the tattoos, and just loving watching Josh just destroy the drums, and just it's just amazing watching John, the singer from Baroness, and Josh from Coheed, like, as I picked them out individually, just watching them do their things in person, Gina as well, and Baroness, and it's just amazing to be a music fan for this long, and like to have missed them, crisscrossing paths for a long time. We only played with Coheed a few times, but I get to get in their ear and tell them how big of a fan I am, and it means the world to me.
Yeah,
and then LS Dunes, oh my God, such a great band too.
I cannot wait for LS Dunes to make it out here.
The new album is incredible.
I have not listened to it yet, but I have it.
It is amazing. We did shows with them in Germany right around June, and Travis gave me an advanced copy, which I've held to my chest for months and months, which is that's like an unheard of thing. Like, he knows me, doesn't really know me, but gave me this like sacred piece of, you can't give this to anybody. And it was watermarked and everything, but I was really honored because I'm that big of a fan.
Yeah.
And I had never seen Anthony Green perform in any situation, and I was absolutely stunned and jaw-dropped to watch that collective of Thursday and Anthony and Coheed come together. It's like, oh my God, like, this is a real supergroup.
I want to talk about 311, but you got me on the Coheed train now.
Sorry, yeah.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
So,
and tangents there.
just literally across the road from where we are right now, I saw in 2013 Coheed and Circa played.
Wow,
and
great.
it was one of the best shows I've ever seen. Insane.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
The amount of energy that they deliver, and the amount of information that they deliver, and it's so passionate. Like I'm saying, like Josh's performance, and not to take away from anybody, certainly Claudio. It's just like, I don't know. It's a magic time to be around. Like, we're lucky to be alive in this Coheed era.
Yeah.
I really feel that way.
For sure.
Yeah.
Now, some of the things that I love when I'm kind of doing research for interviews and stuff is the little weird things about bands. You guys did a Cure cover for 50 First Dates.
Yes.
How did that come about?
So Adam Sandler approached us, like, literally.
Whoa.
Yeah, and I remember it yesterday. We were playing a festival. I think we were playing with No Doubt, and he came up and was chatting Nick, our lead singer, up, and he made the suggestion that we did the song specifically. And I don't think we would have had the nerve in any universe or reality to have the boldness to do a Cure song at all if we hadn't been prompted by someone so prominent. He pushed us through the door, and it was really fun to do. I remember recording it in a tour bus in New York City in the snow. Yeah. So even though it doesn't really have that vibe, it was a really great recording session, and really on the fly. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Now, you guys are going to be playing Trifid, I think, on Tuesday night.
Yes.
I am going to be there, and
cool.
I'm very looking forward to it because I didn't get to see you today. You're obviously here touring Elaborate. Sorry, the new album. Elaborate.
Yes.
I was going to ask you to elaborate on a statement that was made about it.
There you go. Yeah, it's called Full Bloom.
Yeah. A huge step forward for our band. It's 311 on steroids.
Yeah, those are Nick's words. I can hear it in the album. Like, there's places of that, but I think that's it's like making something binary. Like, it's either is or it isn't by saying a statement like that. And I wouldn't say it like that. It's an evolution of 311. We're always looking for something. I think given the precarious nature of our social situation in America, and this was our COVID album, I think we wanted to do something kind of shiny and bright, but then at the same time do a song like Friend, which really goes right at the heart of some like fracturing within the band, because there was lots of differences. There are lots of differences, and you've got to face them head on. You can't just pretend they're not there. You can't just play whatever the happy shiny songs. You got to go to the subject that's really bothering you. It's like getting yourself checked up. You know what I mean? You don't know what's wrong with you until you really address it.
Sure.
And I think we did really a good job with it, and I really enjoyed the album. I like that it's short. I can't wait for even more new material to come out.
And I'm very excited too. As good as the new record is, I cannot wait for the future. Fingers crossed you guys don't leave it 26 years before coming back.
Oh God, that'll never happen.
I'm waiting, cannot wait for Tuesday as well. That's going to be a good show. Last question I'm asking before I kind of wrap everything up is any bands on the lineup now that you guys have played that you want to go and check out before?
Oh, I'm a huge Korn fan. I love them as individuals. We've been playing together for 30 years, honestly. If I was on the mic, I would have said something about them opening up for us a million years ago. And honestly, I remember a show where it was 311, Deftones, and Korn, and it was the first time I saw Korn play.
Oh.
I'd seen Deftones a few times, and I was like, who the fuck are these guys? Head came off just out of his mind. Jonathan was crying, and I'm like, dude, that was a great show. And they were they're having to deal with the emotional weight that they're throwing around. I'm not surprised they're in the position they are, because they started in such an amazing place. They came out as a fully formed band, same as the Deftones, right? They knew exactly what the fuck they were doing, right? So, love to see them. But honestly, Grandson is one of my favorite artists. I love his fire. I love his point of view. I love that everybody's included. I love seeing somebody take what we've all kind of done in the rock world and do something really brand new with it. And I think that's what Grandson represents. And of course, L7. We played with them in Portugal with Rage Against the Machine, and we drank absinthe together. It was legendary shit. So yeah, lots of goodness going on.
Hearing names like that just casually being thrown out like Rage is just wild.
Well, so give me a second. So we L7 played, and the dust was at ankle level, and it was awesome. It was incredible. We came out, dust was knee level, waist level. We're in a pit in Lisbon, Portugal, right by the sea, but it was just dust and brown boogers for days. And Rage came on, and you couldn't see the audience.
Yep.
There was 8,000 people just making a mess, literally, and it was something I'd never seen before. Can't wait for them to someday put it back together, right?
Fingers crossed.
That could be the biggest band in the world, and I think they know it, and that's why they probably wouldn't roll those dice. But man, I hope they do some more shows someday before they call it quits, just like Ween.
Well, fingers crossed. Thanks for taking the time to chat. Drew, would deeply appreciate it, and we'll see you Tuesday night.
Cheers.